All right, folks. So here is a little demo video on what I'm looking for either the Vision Quest badge or Vision, whichever way you want to take it. So now this year you have the option to pick your poison, whether you want to do a Vision or a badge. So the main difference that I would point out for the badge or the Vision is that you're designing what kind of small, very small accessory that you're making, whether it be just sort of like based on some kind of theme. So when it comes to the badge, I would suggest you try and theme it around some kind of Pokemon type or just some theme in general. The badge is very much open-ended. The visions are a little different in the sense that I've given you folks a couple of different gem varieties to choose from, and you're primarily just trying to make something that would hold that gem, whether it's a round gem or a square cut, diamond cut gem. So I'm going to demonstrate both so you folks can get an idea for what I'm looking for both. So the first thing I would point out is that if you are making a vision, you need the VISIONQuest file, which mine's going to look a little different because I started making more gems, but I'm not going to release them until next year, so secret tech. But so these gems here are what you're going to keep in the middle of your piece, and then you're going to like build something to hold that gem, whether it's round or square. So I'm going to start with the vision, and I'm going to just go ahead and we're doing square psychic. So I'm going to just delete all of these because I don't need them. So now I got this. So this is going to be my gem. So I'm going to make a case for this. Now, do I want to... I think what I might want to do is I'm going to make a round case for a square gem. So I'm going to go ahead and start with just a simple cylinder. Right? I'm going to scale it up, flatten it out, and I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to take this, and the pivot point I'm going to put down on the bottom of this, so that way I can snap this to the center, and now I know they're aligned. Okay, and so now I have this, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to scale this in again. And then, let's see, raise this up a little bit, make it thicker. And then I'm going to take and extrude the outsides of this because I want a ring here. Oops. So here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, and I'm skipping these ones where the corners are. I'm selecting these verts on top from this ring. So I have 16. I'm going to scale them in. And then I'm going to deselect these two, these two, these two, and these two. Scale these in. And then what I'm going to do is now I'm going to take the 4 that were on the points, and I am going to scale them out. And so what I'm going to do now, select this whole ring of faces, and extrude up. And then I'm going to hold control with my offset and bring it in. All right, so now the gem is in. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all the faces on the outside here still. Extrude. And I'm going to go ahead and scale out the thickness, turn keep faces together off, and then I'm going to condense my offset. Oh. So we got these little fins on the side. And then I'm going to switch my move tool. I'm going to bring these up. How would rotating that? Ooh, okay, I like it. We're going to rotate these a little bit. Right? Now on the face of this, I think what I want to do is I'm going to take these edges now that are in the middle. I'm going to lift these up. Right? So these are what I'm going to scale them in. These are what are going to clasp in my gem. Right? These are like what's kind of holding it in place. Now that brings me to, oops. These edges, I am going to make hard so that I see the crease, right? So that we can see that they're being held. And then what I think I'm gonna do, so I'm gonna grab a cone. And don't forget, you can change the base settings. So 20 subdivisions, no. 6. Boom. So I make these little sharp, polygonal little spikes. I'm going to shorten this. And so now I'm going to go ahead and snap this onto here. And let me rotate this. Lift it up. Now I got this little gem on there. It's not entirely right. Onto the top view. Okay. And now what I can do with that is I can go ahead and duplicate it. And I'm going to throw that duplicate immediately into a group because I've been building around the origin. Or I could move the pivot point to the top of the gem. It doesn't really matter which way you do it. But then now my duplicate, I can spin this 90 degrees. Should end up, yep, there. And then again, whoopsie. Grab the group, duplicate the group, and then this group goes to 180. And enter. Duplicate 235. Oops, no. 270. Yeah, 270. All right. Boom, 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 boom. We got all these. And then here's where I think I'll take and select my edge loop here. We'll go Modeling Tools Bevel. You can see that bevel that it just put in. I'm going to expand the fraction and add more segments. And so now you'll see it has that smoother edge around it. I'd be curious. I'll grab this edge. We'll bevel that. And there would be an example of a vision or a badge. So if I wanted to do a badge, right? So I'm going to go ahead, this is my vision. Happy with it. I'm going to group it, and I'm going to move it off to the side, though. All right. So if I wanted to do something more open, the badge is my option. And you can see the badges are simple pins. They're very simple shapes, right? So I have my examples here. They're very much shape oriented. What is the silhouette, right? And how you could use color contrast too, right? Because this is a circle, but this is, a circle cut towards the top, then with 3 dots, and it's the color contrast of the red and black, right? So I am going to make, what did I tell myself I was going to make? Oh, I'm going to make power lines. So I'm going to make something resembling a power pole. So I think what I'm going to do is... I'm going to make a diamond. So I'm going to take a cube, rotate it 45 degrees. And we're going to flatten this, scale it, flatten it again. And then, so I'm going to come back to this later for that one. So now I'll go ahead and so I need a main pole. Right here, I'm just gonna put this off to the side. I don't need this yet. So I'll bring this up, scale it up, right? Make it narrow, scale it up again. So I got this. Whoops. This is my power pole. Now I need beams going across. So I do not need to make both sides of this. I'm going to make it actually like quasi-flat. So normally you would need 2 of these because there'd be 1 on each side of the power pole, but we're not. I ain't going to do that. So I'm just going to lift this up here. I do want to put it on the back. I don't need to make the ones on the front, though, for reasons that will make sense in a minute. Okay, so let's say like that. And then I'm going to duplicate it. Bring it up here. And I'll go ahead and scale this out, make it a little longer. So now I got my 2 beams. And then now I need my cross stabilizers. So I'm just going to duplicate this. It's only for the... Oh, it's for both of them. Okay. All right. And duplicate this. -135. Oh, Negative 135, not negative 135. How about that? Not 1300 and something. All right, boom. Right? We got those. Oh, wait. All right, whatever. We're going to take these, duplicate, bring them up. I'm going to scale them both up. Okay. There's my power poles. And then I just need to put these little doohickeys on them. Well, I'll just take another cylinder. And seem right? Sure. We're going to go with that. 1, 2, 3, it seems like. Yeah. And then it's like the opposite down here. I'm just going to take these and make them smaller. I'm not that nitpicky about this. Boom, boom. I duplicated each of them. I'm going to make all of them smaller and then move them down. These go on this side. This goes over here. All right, so now I got my power pole. I'm going to combine this. And it's the easiest way to do this. I guess I just lay this on its side. So spin this negative 90 degrees. And snap it to here. Move this up. A little too big. Scale it in. So I'm going to use this A minus B Boolean. And now it has cut out my power pole. And I'm good with that. So I'm going to delete my history. And now I have this relief of a power pole in my diamond. So I'm going to go ahead and take this face here and hold shift, select everything else, assign a blend, just because this is one that I think does better with color. So these will be black. And this one, I want more of like a, that's too bright. I want more of a, and there you have it. So that would be an example of something a badge might look like as well. So thank you for watching the demo, and that's all I got.